Hello, children. It is I, Wine Mom. I need to finish like the other quarter of this bottle before it goes bad. This is hot. I have no friends, so here we are. What's shaking, children? What's shaking, kittens? I might actually change the lighting. It requires, no, that's oppressive. That light was oppressing me. Maybe if I turn on the saturation. Oh, hello. Natalie Wynn could never. I'm so determined to make this the most aesthetic October stream you've ever had. Thoughts on the election? Disappointed but not surprised. Thank you, Lime S, for the 99-cent super chat. Love you. I'm gonna take off this vest. I look like I work at Kmart. Yes, hi, my name is Meg. Welcome to Super Kmart. No, I'm not gonna give you directions to Radio Shack. Radio Shack is our enemy. This thing's pulling on my weave. No, it's got to be mega ultra super Kmart. It can't just be a regular run-of-the-mill Kmart. Hello, moderator Marcy. We love a weave. Thank you. My hair is naturally curly, but these extensions are straight. So whenever I want to do something like this, it's very difficult. And it only really looks good for a couple hours before the extensions go straight and my hair gets even curlier. So it's perfect. Did you watch Dracula? I've seen Dracula, but not recently. Very unchristian of you. Blood of Christ, that's pretty Christian. That is what that's supposed to be, right? And this tastes like stale old communion wine, so this is 6 hours away from being vinegar. Did you make an appearance in ContraPoints' last video? Yes, I did. Stay tuned for Miss Susan Sontag. Kittens. Hi, Gorge. How are you, Gorge? That's sums up the whole video. Thanks, Marcy. It snowed where you live, bitch. I'm jealous. What? Do you agree with ContraPoints' ideas of opulence? I don't disagree. It's not something that crosses my head often, so. Have you seen Joker yet? Yes, I have, and it was fantastic. I live in Alberta. God, that sounded so Valley Girl. I'm from Alberta, but I sound like I'm from, Glendale. Yes, hi, my name's Meg, and I should just get an apartment in the Galleria, because that's where I spend all my time anyways. Where are the videos? I've been waiting 200 years. Okay, so I'll give you the scoop on what the next one's going to be. So it's no secret that I have a hoard of vintage clothing. So I'm going to do a video about that, and I'm going to split it up by decade, I think. If I need to, I might even need to split it into two, because I have 3 closets worth of stuff, you guys. And it's all thrifted, so it doesn't add up to be a lot of money, but just the amount of clothes I have is insane. So I'm thinking of doing this sort of 50s, 40s, kind of, stereotypical housewife era in one video. I could do the 60s and 70s in one, and then I could do 80s and 90s in a third different video. I just ordered 2 garment racks from Amazon to film this. They'll be here tomorrow. Anyways, so it's weird because there's 2 main categories of clothes I have, and they are clothes I buy for videos and clothes I actually wear. And naturally, clothes I actually wear is like 2 shirts and a pair of jeans. Everything else I buy thinking like, oh, I could use this for a video. I could use this for a video. I could use this for a video. This I bought for just general 80s stuff. So I was in Winnipeg last week. I was going to film something there. I got really nice Airbnb and stuff like that. And if you guys follow me on Twitter or you follow my Instagram, you would have seen pictures of it probably. And I met one of my friends for the first time to film this thing, but meeting him for the first time, I didn't know that. I don't want to say he can't act, but we were like super unprepared. So I didn't get any useful footage out of that trip, but I got to go to Winnipeg. Lovely Winnipeg. The jewel of the prairies, Winnipeg. Anyways, so that was going to be for a video about stealthing. And I don't know if I still want to make this video, but this opening scene I could do. I don't know how to say it. So I have this plan of like this big 40s film noir, and it's got to have like a plot, beginning, middle, end, all that story stuff. But it's going to be a commentary video. It's just going to be more long form and more drawn out with characters and stuff. But the opening scene of that, I want it to be a movie that one of my other characters is watching in a theater. Now, in this movie, it was originally going to be me and my friend, but I'm thinking of playing both characters, but doing it as Bette Davis and Greta Garbo. So I'm thinking for Bette Davis, it's just going to be a lot of, and then Greta Garbo is just going to be a lot of wanting to be alone. I want to be alone. Like, it's going to be a lot of that. So if I wind up doing that approach, that's what you're going to see. But that's the sort of thing that's going to take me a long time to write into the script for, especially because I'm going to have to green screen like everything. I've still got the green screen set up downstairs. Someone texted me. Katrina, what are you doing? I'm just going to say yes and pretend I read that. Oh, yeah. Shout out to the guy I went on a date with in like May, who was in an open relationship with his girlfriend and then stopped talking to me because I was a temptation, and then slid into my DMs like a couple of weeks ago. Shout out to you, sir. Did you consider our idea for a pinup calendar yet? Yes, I have. I kind of want to wait until I get my boobs done, though. Do you have any interest in acting professionally? See, I don't know how to say it. I'm good with video and stuff like that, but I don't know how to say it. I'm good at acting. I'm good at performing. I'm good at, improvising, coming up with lines, coming up with characters. And I'm very aware with how I look on camera, and I can kind of tailor my body language to block and stuff like that really well. But I think my real strength lies behind the camera, doing post-production, set design, costuming, editing. That's all that. So I would consider acting, but I enjoy editing too much. That's why I started my channel, was because I just wanted footage to edit because I was bored. And that's, to this day. Green screens are fun. Do you live at home with your parents still? I do now. I didn't for a while. I used to live on my own. I moved to Calgary in December, and then I moved back in like June for surgery. But I'm moving out in July. I'm working and saving for college. It's like every penny I make is going into savings. YouTube just every penny, or not every penny. I got an $1,100 paycheck. And do you know how much I kept? $40. Every other penny went into savings. Her place was hella nice. I can tell by the username that that's Mr. Daniel Guidos. How's it going, honey? I'm sorry, whenever I wear fake lashes, I'm always like, hi, how are you? Would you ever like to come to the UK? I would love to come to the UK. I'm actually going to the UK in January, I believe, for my dad's wedding in Scotland. If I have a few sightseeing days, I'll do a fan meetup. I still don't know the logistics of the trip entirely, but I'm guessing I'm going to have a few extra days. Every cent will go to help get my fat ass to college. Yeah. Would you come to Australia? I would love to go to Australia. Okay, so there's a thing, I guess, with living in Alberta. There's like a lot of ski resorts here because we're in the Rockies. And every ski resort I've ever been to in the winter, obviously, duh, a bunch of the people who work there are Australian. And it only just occurred to me that the same thing happens in Australia with Canadians. Like, it never occurred to me until a guy I was seeing straight up decided to move to Australia. That's not even the worst, though. Like, he's still here. We're still friends. There was a guy I was dating once who straight up moved to Vancouver on me. I'm not even joking, you guys. We had plans for that night. And then he said, oh, yeah, so I had to move back to Vancouver. And I'm like, wait, what? You're bullshitting me. And then I go to his, because we were still talking in like the dating app as well. And I went back and checked his location and it's like, sure enough, Vancouver, British Columbia. And I'm like, oh, ouch. Like, oldie, nah, mesta. I don't know what that means. Devil invisibler. Prepare for 18-hour nights, lol. I am from Edmonton. Do you think I not know a thing or two about 18-hour nights? Is your makeup always as polished? No. What's your favorite Celine Dion song? Silence. Is London doing okay? She's good. She was texting in the group chat earlier this afternoon. Good for her, though. That's my worst nightmare, is being talked into getting, so this was what happened. I had a couple of, I've talked about this in videos before, but I had a couple of consults with plastic surgeons last year just to discuss getting your tits done. Thanks, Marcy. So I met with a couple of plastic surgeons to discuss getting my boobs done. And both of them tried talking me into getting gigantic implants. I'm not even like objectively gigantic, but starting at bigger than I wanted to be in the first place. Like, I want to be this size now. This has got padding, but I'm tall and willowy and I'm pretty narrow. So big boobs would just turn me into Wendy Williams. I'd be built like an uppercase P. Like, so I know I don't want big fake tits. But they both tried really hard to talk me into, like, and when I say really big, I mean starting at a large C cup, when I want to be maybe a large B max. I wouldn't even mind being a large A, because I don't want to have visibly fake boobs. I have a very like girl next door girls. I love the girls. I have a very girl next door kind of visual presence. I'm not like a Kardashian. So it just wouldn't suit me. And that's my worst nightmare, is literally getting talked into getting gigantic implants and then being more dysphoric than you were to begin with because they're too big. So I feel for her, but that is like literally my worst nightmare. And I'm probably going to get them done this spring. How is this wine not gone bad yet? I've got like, it's like 3 days old. If I'm going to drink it, I got to finish it. Tastes fine. Hello, what is this? A rave at a Kmart after hours in 1990 with a blanket that's not staying up. What? Okay, fuck this blanket. What wine is that? It's the Layer Cake Shiraz. A date bought it for me and then was like, do you want this? And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to refuse free wine. Does wine go bad? Yeah, if you leave, I think it's like 3 days is the rule, but if you leave red wine opened, it turns into red wine vinegar. Try Breast Max. I'm on progesterone. And even then, like, that's the whole thing is, had I been born, or not even had I been born cis, had I been on hormones and grown C cups naturally, I still would have wanted a reduction because that's bigger than the size I would want, just in general. Can't London just take her implants off? What? Good to see you're back to posting. Thank you. I'm working on it. Yeah, no, I was straight up in Winnipeg shooting on location, but not really any usable stuff because I'm gonna have to reshoot everything. But I got a lot of good stock footage of Winnipeg. That's the other thing is, okay, all those videos like The Right Opinion or Spill or any of those channels where it's just a voiceover with stock footage overlaying, I can't even imagine how expensive those videos would be to produce because 15 seconds of stock footage from Shutterstock is about $75. And there's just countless clips in these videos. There's, oh God, if it's like a 45-minute long Right Opinion video, there's got to be like at least 100. It's just insane. But now I got some of my own. Hi, mommy. Hello, son. Prepare to be domed. Like, pretty good, motherfucker. My name is Svelana, and I'm your dom now. Whoosh. Mom, I don't know if you're still watching this, but don't I look like the girl from Shikutami? Like right now? I suppose I could just yell even louder and tell her myself. Hi, mommy. We stand. Sylvie, yes, her. We stand, Sylvie. I love how I'm going off a picture of my mom's exchange partner. I guess she was an exchange student. One picture of an exchange student from like 1990 in the basement of my grandparents' house that they moved out of like 10 years ago. And it's just in my head. I'm like, oh, yep, Sylvie, we stand. How tall are you? I'm just under 5'9". Did you hear about Cardi B, aka Trash, true, threatening some 10-year-olds for dissing her song? She should not be throwing shade. Those 10-year-olds have more talent than she does. I swear. She's a good stripper. And she's a good burglar and date rapist. We don't talk about her. We don't, Stan. We really don't. Oh yeah, these like green corduroy pants. Elastic waistband because I'm pregnant. Pink Guy is best rapper, changed my mind. I'm not even going to bother trying to change your mind because you're not wrong. Ella, do something to make me not bored. Yeah, I don't fucking know. Yeah, chat, you guys. I don't want to be sitting here like gaps of silence, but if you have like chats, type them because I can read all of them. QWERTY. Thanks for the input, Mr. Super Chill Hippie. It's much appreciated. Have you heard Lana's new record? I've seen parts of it. How tall are you? I'm just under 5'9". What's your fave rapper? Silence. Just kidding. Probably MC Hammer. Everyone wants to know about Pooja. I'm sorry. I'm not that kind of cam girl. I'm not that desperate yet. I would be a great porn star. I've got nice legs and a nice ass. I'm all set. Have you thought of Twitch streaming? Thank you, Ish is back, for your generosity, kind sir. I love you. Pooja Maluja. My mom's naming my vagina, people. You can't make this shit up. Is there any reason for you to not like ContraPoints? No, I love ContraPoints. Where would you get that idea? We're friends. The one thing I don't like about ContraPoints, though, and I think this goes without saying, is her fans. Because they are insane. And they hate my guts. And they think I am a knockoff ContraPoints, despite the fact I have never seen her do anything 50s. We have very different styles of humor, very different styles of making videos. I've only ever written one script for a video, and she scripts all of her videos religiously. I honestly don't see any similarities whatsoever beyond the fact that we're both trans women. But I was doing 50 stuff before she was. I have video proof from 8th and 9th grade. Set in the 50s. So I love her though. We're good friends. We've been talking about flying me out to Baltimore to shoot something for a while. Don't know if it's ever going to happen. Opinions on Blair White's grifting. What does that even mean? What's she doing? Sorry, I'm just like catching up on the chat. Thoughts on Jessica Yaniv? Trash. What was that? That was like the most condescending fake laugh ever. You look great, hon. Like, would you ever collab with Derek? Yes, I would. I think we met last year, actually, at VidCon. He's really cool. Tiny. He's tiny. Him and Chris Reagan are both very tiny. I think they're both like 5'4". Ben from the Drunken Peasants is also pretty short. Him and Jeff Holiday are definitely both shorter than me. Thoughts on Abby Parmley and Haya It's Maya? Maya and I are like acquainted. We met last year at VidCon. Abby and I are pretty good friends. We talk like every day. Thoughts on Shane's Jeffree Star series? I have not been following it. I've been following all the commentary videos about it, but I don't really have the time to watch it. Who's your celebrity crush at the moment? Billy from Stranger Things. Ugh, flamey daddy. I want to lay his eggs. Like, I want to lay his eggs. I'm the most glorious hoe in the hen house. Cock-a-doodle-doo me, daddy. Like, thoughts on Trisha Paytas and her transness. Who? She's not trans. Billy is an asshole. I know. But here's the thing. If there's anything I'm good at doing, it's putting up with shitty men. So that's just like another day at the office for me. What interests you more, science or art? Art. Honorable mention for history, though. Why does this lipstick look like it's like disappearing from my top lip? How tall do you prefer in guys? As long as they're taller than me. I don't mind if I'm taller than them when I'm in heels. But yeah. We love a sister with boundaries. Oh my god, it's so fucking hot in here. Even though it's snowing out, it's like cooking. How old are you? I'm 19. Favorite historical time period / figure. My favorite historical figure is, it's a tie between Poot Lovato and Uma Compton. Do you guys remember Poot Lovato? What's your Halloween costume? I'm going as Kim Possible. Don't tell anyone. Thoughts on Eden the doll? I don't want to spill any tea, but I don't like her. Can you step on my face? Yes, Daddy. We stand. Instagram, ellagrant.yt. Yeah, I have 2 Instagram accounts, ellagrant.yt and ellagrant.memes, and they are both awesome. And you should check them both out. Why do you not like snow? I'm a woman now. It's my job to be cold all the time. And to change my mind constantly and just be really indecisive and difficult to work with. The TERFs are going to have a field day with that. I'm kidding, obviously. That's how you can tell I'm trans, is because I'm funny. Thoughts on Onion Man? Let's just leave him and his dying career in 2012, shall we? Cringiest video you've seen lately? I watched a couple of Dr. Phil crazy people compilations that were pretty cringy. Thoughts on Cat Black? I actually don't mind her that much, but I definitely disagree with her on most things. Do you think profit theft is immoral? Are you a sock dem or a cozy commie? I'm Ella. I think. Do you have any ideas on videos, or is life too busy to work on YouTube? My life is very busy. Those of you who know me personally know that my personal life is a soap opera. Quite literally. I'm gonna, like, try and do some Cher Horowitz hair flipping. No, it looks so much better the other way, but it's getting flat, so I have to flip it. Did my hair get flat? What's wrong with me? Okay, I look like I got hit by a train. Good to see you upbeat and snarky / jovial. Hope you have a great one, even if you don't like snow in the Great White North. Thank you, Neo Jabu. Love you. Love that for you. I sound like Aaron. You should take a political compass test for the memes. I took a political compass test many years ago, and it was like exactly center. Should under 10-year-olds get hormone blockers? Of course not. What the hell kind of a question is that? I got hormone blockers at 13, like right after I turned 13, and that was almost too late though. So it's like you really need to be like very trans. That's why you sound like a men. Suck my dick, Ella Grace. If that's not what you meant, I'm sorry for insulting you, but saying I sound like a guy on my channel is not a very good idea. I'm ridiculously hormonal and I've had one hell of a month. I'm ridiculously hormonal and I've had one hell of a month. My dog is like foxtrotting outside my door. I'm just catching up on the chat here. You have a beautiful voice. Thank you. That's the whole thing with me is like, if I was 5'5", my voice would be too deep. But since I'm pretty tall, it's like proportionate. Because if you're 5'9", you're not going to have a squeaky 5'2" voice. Like my friend's 4'11", and she sounds like a cat. Similarly, my other friend's 5'1", and her voice is like almost as deep as mine. And they're both completely cis. So, thoughts on Letterkenny? Is that from Trailer Park Boys? I've never seen it. Oh no, I've seen Trailer Park Boys, but I don't know that. Ella Grant, does Pooja have a gender? Ella Grace says, so why are you transgender? Do I look like I know the answer to that? I don't, honey. I've been asking myself the same question for like 19 years. Sit down and go sit with all the other people who have no idea. Like all of us. Or maybe I just know I'm trans because I'm a slave to the Jewish cabal that secretly runs Hollywood and I'm a government plant to get people to worship false idols and the Illuminati. Because I'm a MK Ultra mind control slave or something. I don't fucking know. You have the accomplished woman voice. Thank you. I have a very raspy, I've been smoking for like 10 years voice, which I like. I feel like it sets me apart. I'm not recommending for all the trans women who are wondering if I've done voice training. I haven't. I just transitioned super, super young. And I'm not going to recommend picking up smoking to change how your voice sounds. But that's my theory as to how I have like the tone that I have. Because like the pitch doesn't change. But like the sort of gravelly kind of quality is very... My dog is barking. Say gay rights, please. Gay rights, please. I like you and think you're funny, but wish you were less cringy reaction-y. Have a good day. God, why is like every asshole on the internet coming to my comment section? Like, do you want to quit smoking? Yes, I do. So when are you going to have a BF? Do I look like I know the answer? Why are you asking me all these questions I don't know the answer to, Ella Grace? I have no idea. Do I want one? Yes. Do I wish I knew? Yeah. What do your parents think about being trans? They're both very supportive. Well, it took 85 years, but you finally started the stream. Okay, so this happened the last time I tried to stream too. YouTube changed its sort of like, wow, miss attitude. Damn right. If you come for my wig in my own comment section. I'm a teenage girl. I have an excuse to be catty and hormonal. What was I even gonna say? Fuck. What was I even gonna say? What was I talking about like immediately before that? I'm like going back up now, seeing if something can jog my memory. Oh yeah, YouTube's encoding. So basically YouTube changed its old system, so it's not on Google Hangouts anymore. You have to do it in browser. But for some reason, it doesn't work properly in Safari. And since I'm on a Mac, that's just like my default. Never really got into Google Chrome, but it lets you set it up in Safari, but it doesn't tell you that you can't actually do it in Safari, and it doesn't let you delete them in Safari either. So that's why there'll be like 3 live stream notifications, just because I'm like, oh, fuck, I've got to go to Google Chrome. If you were to describe yourself as a drink, what would it be? Bitter. Are you pregnant? I sure hope not. I've drank 1/3 of a glass of wine. Still, send feet. No, I've got socks on. If you were to describe yourself as a cigarette, what would it be? Probably Virginia Slims. That's my aesthetic. Do you date men of color? Sure. If they're attractive and not an asshole. Are you in Manitoba or Saskatchewan? Where the hell is it snowing? I'm in Alberta. Love it. Love that for me. Ellie, you don't need a BF. You need a sugar daddy. Here's more college money. Thank you. I need a sugar daddy. I know I need a sugar daddy. I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I'm that desperate yet. I'm getting there, though. It's snowing in Manitoba, too. Of course it is. Do you archive your streams or are they lost to the void? I usually just make my streams unlisted once they're done. So save the link. What's one of your hidden talents? I can read and write in Russian. And I'm very good with geography. And I know a lot about like cities and stuff like that. Here's some money because why not? Thank you. It's snowing in Denver too. Of course it is. Jad, I don't know why I read that as so back to your feet videos, but I did. Don't stand the chat with Russian. I'm not fluent. I know how to translate the alphabet when it comes to like street signs and stuff. And that came in really handy when I was in Serbia. No, I got suspended from school in grade 10 because of drugs, and I had a bunch of free time, so I taught myself how to read Russian. Do you know how to swear in Russian? No, I don't speak Russian. My dad does, though. What were you doing in Serbia? Traveling. What drugs? Uppers, downers, and candy corn. I'm so glad Shu featured you. You're hilarious. Thank you so much. That is quite a username. Serpent God. Alcohol, cigarettes, or caffeine? Cigarettes. I don't know why I read that as cigarettes or California. I was going to say California. I'm getting SRS with Dr. Bassard as well. If it's not too much to ask, what does sex feel like afterwards? Way better. Honey, you have no fucking idea. You have a lot to look forward to, I'll just say that. Ella, what is your favorite scent of candle? Propane. I don't know. Is this sore down there? Not anymore. It definitely was for the first month. Thoughts on the Canadian election? Someone else asked this earlier in the chat, to which I responded, disappointed but not surprised. How is dilation? You look so pretty. Thank you. It's a bit of a chore. Thankfully, though, the frequency at which you have to do it goes down the farther from surgery you are. Propane is odorless. Oh, that's funny. That's like an unintentionally layered joke. Ha ha ha. Amy Schumer could never whip these jokes. For me, maybe she could if she made like Amy Schumer and stole it. When I first saw you, I thought you were older than me, and I'm 23. Ow. I'm not gonna lie, I'm super sick of everyone saying I look old. I know I fucking look old. Doesn't mean you need to get me to be super preoccupied with it. I'm 19. Favorite drug? Dexedrine. Are you in any pain due to surgery? Thank you, Gabe, for the super chat. No, not anymore. Are there still some weird, like, sort of pinchy sensations that you get from, like, the nerves coming back online? And apparently those can go for, like, the first year. And I've definitely sort of beaten the bulk of it. But it happens occasionally. It's weird, but... Is Trudeau a joke? I fucking wish he was only a joke. Did you get the snip yet? No. Can't stay much longer. Thank you again, Neo. Got work early in the morning. Have you thought of doing another collab? Your voice and demeanor is a lot like Ophelia on Olive Garden's channel. It could be fun. I'll check it out. I really want to do some more collabs. I want to do one with I Think I'm Real again. I want to do one with Justin Wang. He's like one of my dream collabs. My dream collab is I don't know how to say her last name. Her first name's Carolina, spelled with a K. You guys know like that Polish lady that does a lot of videos about like Victorian fashion and stuff like that? I want to do a video with her. Come to Canada. We love you. I'm from Edmonton. Boring. I'm away. Goodbye, dork. E-dog. That wasn't an insult. That's your username. Who would you vote for in 2020 in the States? Tulsi. Thanks, Nick. I do have Asperger's, yes. Oh, Wang. Oh my God. He's so hot. I'm not going to say I have a crush on him, but I definitely kind of do. Like, do not tell him I fucking said that. Or my dreams of a collab are going to be forever dashed. What you drinking? Wine that my Tinder date gave me. Is Dr. Broussard nice? Dr. Broussard has great bedside manner. He's actually really good to talk to. I would recommend booking a consult with him before surgery. Because then he can let you know if you need a skin graft or anything or whatever method of surgery he's going to be using, or if there's anything special he needs to keep in mind. Like I was shocked I didn't need a skin graft because I went on blockers at like 13. I mean, how much physical development do you guys suppose I really had? I know I might have big dick energy, but I didn't have a big dick. And I was convinced I was going to need a skin graft, but apparently I didn't. And now I got like 7 inches of depth. It's insane. I don't know how he fucking does it, but do a consult with him beforehand. Will there be a Julie Vu level post SRS YouTube coverage? I don't know. Ella wants Wang's Wang. No comment. How did you get your hair to be so great? My hair is naturally curly. I just curled some extensions and then clipped them in and then sprayed the bejesus out of them. Fuck, marry, kill. Chris Ray Gun, Blair White, shoe on head. Oh no. Kill Chris Ray Gun because his spirit will live on. Fuck Blair because she still has a dick and she's really hot. And marry Shu because we're friends. I don't want to say we're pretty close, but like we tight. Will you do another TNM video? I'd love to. I totally fuck with them. And I'm like straight as fuck. Have you met any Indian trans women? Have I? I don't know. How we doing? Says Brendan Cox with 2 N's. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm great. And it was great. I can't wait to have more. Opinion on Armored Skeptic. 2 words. Daddy. What are your thoughts on the ContraPoint situation? I think it's ridiculous. If Mulholland Drive is your favorite film, what do you think of Persona? Never seen it, but I've seen some stills from it. Do you think of switching the cigarettes out for a vape? When I was 15, I tried quitting smoking with vaping, and I got so addicted to vaping, I had to go back to smoking to quit vaping. Money is no object. Dream vacation. Go. Green card. What's your favorite song? Right now, my favorite song is Material Girl by Duran Duran or Lay All Your Love on Me by ABBA. What are your thoughts that Bush did 9/11? What do you mean thoughts? That's a fact. They're turning the fucking frogs gay. Like, what was I gonna? Okay, wait. There was a comment right after. Oh, what are your thoughts on the ContraPoint situation? It's ridiculous because here's the thing: she got canceled again for having Buck Angel do a voiceover segment in this latest video, but I also do a voiceover segment in that latest video. So it's only a matter of time until someone recognizes my name in the credits and are like, oh, that's that knockoff Natalie, in the wise words of every ContraPoints fan ever, that knockoff Natalie who's affiliated with London and Blair and Calvin Guerra and all these other transphobic pieces of shit. So we're going to cancel her again. And that's my worst nightmare, is that she's going to get canceled because of me. I made the mistake of looking up my own name followed by Kiwi Farms, and people are already talking about that. Actually, you guys, you want to know, you want to hear about some of the shit I put up with. Okay, let's read some comments about me on Kiwi Farms. I sent these to Theron Meyer, and she was upset that I sent them to her because they were so horrible. So, okay, let's see what they've got. I'm not going to read all of them. They're like paragraphs. Okay. And by the way, there is a lot of dead naming here, so I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm going to like catch up on the chat. Okay. No, let's not read that one. Here we go. Ella Grant is nothing but a mindless ContraPoints clone at this point. She literally copies everything ContraPoints does, including the alcoholism. I think there is another reason ContraPoints is now referring to herself as an old school transsexual and associating blah, 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 blah. Okay, this part's like an open letter to ContraPoints. Fair game for you to prey upon. Ella Grant, who is autistic but has learned to mask this, is already turning into an alcoholic because she is now emulating you. What's another one? So there's a picture of me, Natalie, in London at the Cheesecake Factory last summer. So someone asked if they met up. They did. Contra met Ella Grant and Miss London at VidCon 2018, the VidCon where Britney was blah, 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 blah. Ella, who had just turned 18 at the time and has now just had SRS, has become obsessed with Contra and ended up as nothing more than an alcoholic clone of ContraPoints. Contra knows that Ella is modeling her self-destructive behaviors after her, but she doesn't give a shit that she's taking a younger trans woman off the cliff with her as she goes. It's just a lot of stuff like this. Oh, they didn't say she. I'm just not a piece of shit, so I'm not going to repeat that. Oh yeah, the stuff they say about Theron and Natalie is even worse than the stuff they say about me. Exactly. How does one emulate alcoholism? And that's the whole thing, is like, I don't drink anywhere near as much as I used to. When at like the beginning of this year, when I was living in Calgary and I lost my job, I would literally just wake up and drink. Like, I was drunk all the time. And last year too, I was just drunk all the time. But that's not the case anymore, and people are still shitting on me for it. Okay. See, I kind of want to do a video about cancel culture and about Contra being canceled, but I don't want to draw attention to the fact that I was in that video at risk of her being canceled for it. Like, I kind of want to do a return to commentary type videos, and I think that would be a great way to do it. But like, I don't want to fuck over one of my friends. to make a video about something I'm interested in. So I'm not sure. Were you drinking to be like Natalie or just drinking? What the fuck kind of a comment is that? The whole notion that I was drinking to be like Natalie is made up. I don't even like gin. That's her brand. Actually, no, I do like gin. A gin in small doses. But that's her thing. I was always a wine drinker. In fact, the one time someone recognized me in public, I was at a London Drugs, which is like CVS, in a mall in the suburbs on like a Tuesday in the dead of winter at like 9 p.m. It was like 5 minutes away from closing. And some kid walks up and goes, "Are you Ella the Wine Queen?" That's my brand. And I was also like literally on my way home from work. I was there to look at some Philips Hue lights. And I'm like, yeah. Are you going to talk about the Trainwreck Canadian election? I have in this stream. TLDR, blackface is okay. And no one knows what Andrew Scheer did for work. So how did you become acquaintances with Emmy Hucker? She's pretty cool. She left a comment on one of my videos actually asking if I wanted to do a collab, and I called her a few months ago, or maybe it was last month. It's been a long year, asking if she wanted to do a video with me about the 60s. So, but that concept of a video wound up being just like the scope was just way too big. So that video kind of just fizzled out, but I'm thinking I'm going to try and bring it back. Now that I've got my green screen, I'm going to try and bring it back. I just need to write the script for it. But I really like her. She's really cool. And the reason I wanted her to do 60 specifically is because she did a very, very good video about cult mentality and the Mansons and the Tate LaBianca murders and stuff like that. And she just did an immaculate job on that video. In fact, if we ever do collab, I'm not going to link her channel. I'm just going to link that video. Subscribe to Emmy Hucker here and then the video. Smart. What do you like about Tulsi Gabbard? She has great hair. I'm Canadian. I don't need to take American elections seriously. Actually, yes, I do. But at the same time, like, I don't have any feet in the game. I can support a candidate just because she has good hair. It doesn't matter. Because I'm not voting. Do guys treat you better after surgery? I heard Chloe Arden said that. When did she say that? I'm pretty sure she's ghosting me. So, hi, how are you, Chloe? Don't tell her I said that. I love her. Yeah, honestly, but the thing is with this surgery is guys still treat it like it's a curiosity of some sort. And that happened before surgery, and it's still happening now. Is it weird that I think Tulsi is really hot? No, because she is really hot. That just means that your vision's working. Have you ever considered getting a nose ring? I think it would look cool on you. I don't know if it would suit me. I've considered getting a septum ring in the past, as long as I can flip it up. Least favorite person. Right now, my least favorite person, probably my ex. Do you get offers from submissive short men because of your height? I do, and I hate it. I have never received such a request. However, I have had lots of requests from guys asking me to top them. And for very obvious reasons, the answer is no. Thoughts on Kim Petras? I've never listened to her music. I've seen pictures of her. Actually, I like her a lot less now that she's sort of backed down on her comments about Blair. She has no backbone anymore. Do you find the strangely overwhelming amount of comments about your appearance, e.g. Ellie, you look so sexy, creepy? Yes. Yes, it's so creepy. But I'm so used to it. It's like, you can compliment me on how I look and it doesn't mean anything. But if you compliment my editing, I'll like start crying. does it say I've got a bunch of texts? Oh, yes, I do. My friend just sent me a text saying it goes to my butt. And a picture of him in a wig at a train station. I don't know. But have you ever thought about Liz Warren in latex and with a whip? Now I have. What's her chatterbait? I don't even really know what that is. Ella Grant for mayor of Edmonton. Hell yeah. It's okay. The city's socially stuck in the 1980s anyway. So that's one of the videos. There's a couple of videos from the beginning of this year that I really still want to do. One of them is recreating my mom's most iconic 1990s looks. What was I going to say? Recreating my grandma's most iconic 60s and 70s looks. That would be really cool. But there was a video I started sorting out and like setting up, but I never really got around to finishing it. And it was about Calgary, like Calgary, Alberta, being stuck in the past. Calgary, it's so surreal when you're there. It's basically forever stuck in the late 80s. Anybody who's ever been to Calgary can probably back me up. Like, it's just very over the top and big business and bigger buildings and bigger highways. And it's like, this economic wave is never going to crash. Never. That's the spirit of Calgary. Like, it's still stuck in the 1988 Olympics. And even socially and politically too, Calgary's very big business and sort of mainline Republican. But it's very, very Ronald Reagan. Just like the spirit of Calgary is Reagan. It's like Reaganomics. So I wanted to do a video about that. And I actually found out recently that there's a microbrewery in Calgary that's themed around the 1988 Olympics, which were in Calgary. And I really want to maybe like interview this person who owns this brewery, because I feel like for a video about Calgary being stuck in the 80s, that would be very cool. Is that why you're wearing your most 80s sweater sitting on your most 80s couch? Yes, of course it is. I don't know. No, I just dress like this. Does having a YouTube channel ever interfere with work? Yeah. It more so interferes with the what was I going to say? Upload schedule than anything. Thank you to, I'm not even going to be able to pronounce that. The backwards R is like yeah or something, isn't it? Because no R in Cyrillic is like a P. Thank you so much for the 40 rubles. And thank you, Duxnet, for the Vintage Clothing Fund. Do you still consider yourself right-leaning? By Canadian standards, definitely. And I said this when I was speaking at Rice University in Houston. By American standards, I'm definitely left-wing. But in Canada, especially under a government as liberal as the one we have, anything right of that is considered right-wing. I'm definitely like socially progressive, like very socially progressive, but economically more conservative, and let's build pipelines and lower taxes and deregulate shit and national security and all that mumbo jumbo. All that mumbo jumbo. What is your relationship status? Desperate. What are your long-term career goals? I'd love to be a video editor professionally. I've been doing video editing professionally, just freelance stuff for the last couple of years, but I'd love to be doing it as like a salary job. I miss the days of Trap Supreme. So do I. Has anyone at work seen your YouTube channel? Most people know about it. That's enough for half a slice of gum. I don't know currency. All I know is the Canadian dollar and how shitty it is right now. So give me a break, people. So a libertarian, very boring. Like, totally boring. This is so not totally tubular. We've decided to unstand. Please, for the love of fuck, get yourself a talk show or something. For the love of fuck. I'd love to. I wouldn't be opposed to that idea. Would you move to the US? Absolutely. Have you tried taking the political compass test? Yes, years ago. Eamon Ryan says, politics before principles and progress before compassion, and a government without an ethical moral compass. These things must change. Dollars, a government foundations, or bag, it's an emoji of a bag of money. Emoji bag money, a government foundations built on slavery and land theft. And then it looks like there's a battery and a megaphone. What? It's like the most unintentionally hilarious thing I've ever read. We stand. Thank you, Cheerful Earful, for the super chat. Just wanted to say you have a great vintage look. Also, your short femme fatale bits at the start of some of your videos are perfection personified. Thank you. I like forgot where my camera was for a second. I was like, am I a bad person for making out with boys and not telling them I'm trans? No. I wouldn't recommend doing that, and that's a great way to get yourself beat up or worse. But I don't think you're a bad person just for doing that. Would you do a podcast with London? Hell yeah. Can you do honorary blackface in support of your prime minister? Whenever I wear foundation because I'm too pale for the lightest shade and it's darker than my normal skin tone, that's blackface in solidarity with Justin. It's time to change the rules about transracialism. Like, call your podcast Tranny Talk Time. I remember like years ago, Blair had 2 live streams called Tranny Talk. One with Erin Meyer and one with someone else. That was like before facial feminization. Hell, that was before Onision. That was a long time ago. What? That is slightly messed up. Wait, did I say something? Oh. You can't expect people to be 100% honest about every particular potential deal breaker in a situation. Like, okay, I don't think it's right to do that, but I don't think you're a bad person just for doing that. I think if you rob someone, you're a bad person. If you assault people, you're a bad person. But if you just kiss a guy, I think there's worse things that you can do to someone to get yourself the label of bad person. You could be a liar, like liar by omission, totally. But bad person is something I would reserve exclusively for people like Onision and terrorists. And just assholes in general. Fuck you too, X-a-race, X-clan. I wonder when the last time someone fucked you was. I'm not going to mic drop with this because I'm going to get wine everywhere. Hope life's been treating you better since May. Thank you. May was the month from hell. Lol, I'll boot you. Was Blair prettier before FFS? Not up to me to decide. I think she was very pretty before as well. What are you going to be for Halloween? Kim Possible. Not saying anything isn't, it's lying by omission. Or even if it's not lying, it's definitely dishonest. Do you like tall girl? Sure. I'm straight, but I'm getting Sex in the City vibes from Ella in this chat. Me too. Day 237 of Bachelor Hunting. There is not a single available dick in the entire Upper East Side of Manhattan. That's the most Sex in the City thing I've ever fucking said. What happened to your older black and white videos in the 50s where you freak out over being, oh yeah. I kind of want to re-upload that video. I had to take it down when I was applying to get my channel monetized because they do a manual review of all your videos. And it was a bit of a controversial one. So, I want to do an HD remake of it though, even like using the original audio. But I want to shoot it in HD versus like on my phone's front camera in 2017. Because that video is over 2 years old. Wait, what was I gonna read? Oh yeah. Do you like tall trees? Sure. Absolutely. We stand. Girl, you should watch Mad Men. I've seen Mad Men and I found it incredibly boring. I'm 17. I need violence and sex and action to keep me entertained. Hey, Gorge. How are you, Gorge? Yeah. Can you please edit stuff for Shu? Her editing kind of sucks. I wouldn't edit for her just because people think her editing sucks, but I would be more than happy to edit for Shu. Just in general. Spill some tea. I don't really have any. All my tea's kind of old. All my tea's like ancient. Who's Ayn Rand? And Noam Chomsky. I don't know who either of those people are. That menorah intro for your channel got yeeted. Yeah, that was one of the other videos I took down when I was getting the review. Have you ever looked at Nazi or communist websites and made fun of them? I wouldn't be able to tell you what any of those websites are. Thank you, Ben Davis, for some money to burn to stay warm in the Democratic People's Republic of Canada. Jesus Christ, go to college, says Loser Online. I'm on it. I start in like August. Hello. Do you think when you're older, you'll have nostalgia / more of an interest for nowadays like you do with other times in recent history? Honestly, no. I can acknowledge, just being around in the 2010s. Oh, did I say 17 by mistake? I'm fucked up. I meant 19. I don't know. I'm kind of just over the constant drama and cancellations and the never-ending drone strikes and terror attacks and shitty pop music of this decade. I think it's going on for way too long. And I'm glad it's almost over. And that's the thing, is new fashion doesn't even really exist anymore. All that's in style right now is like an amalgamation of prior time periods. So when you say being nostalgic for the 2010s, fashion-wise, you're not being very nostalgic for anything beyond really tacky two-piece matching suits and white sneakers. Or even that's from the 80s. I don't know. There's not a lot of very distinctive stuff about this decade beyond it just being very, very melodramatic politically. Sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat. So I don't know why I would be nostalgic for this. I'm nostalgic for the 80s, and I wasn't even around for the 80s. I was born in 2000. I'll be nostalgic for the trans rights stuff. Because we don't know how that's going to go yet. Either it's going to go as planned or it's going to backfire horribly and every trans person is going to get beaten up simultaneously. So depending on how that goes, I might be nostalgic, but I don't know. Oh yeah, dead celebrities. That's the other thing about the 2010s. Dead celebrities and the end of cable. The beginning of the end of cable. And Bing. Do you ever watch YouTube videos on makeup in different times in the past? Yes, hell yeah. What is gay? The person watching this. I straight up look like someone's girlfriend in a Christmas picture from 1990. Even like that laugh in the glass of wine. I look like a picture of like your parents at a Christmas party in someone's basement in Minneapolis in 1990. It reminds me of, this looks like pictures of my parents, you know, if you go through their old albums. Or I don't look like my parents, but I look like their friends in pictures with them. I'm just reading the chat still. Does Edmonton has traffic as horrendous as Toronto? Not really. Calgary's traffic is horrific. Vancouver's traffic's pretty bad, but that's if you're driving. Vancouver's public transit is no joke. Is your dad a ginger? No, both of my parents are brunette. I look adopted. I mean, that's not true. Okay, so I definitely get more of my coloring and facial features from my mom's side of the family. My mom is like the only brunette in her family. So I don't look like either of my parents, but I definitely look like, I look a lot like my grandma on my mom's side. If you guys follow me on Twitter or you have followed me on Twitter for a while, you've probably seen pictures of my grandma and you can kind of see it. Everyone on that side of the family is ginger, except for my mom and her brother. Or no, my mom's brother's beard is ginger. So he gets like half a point. My mom and a half are the only brunettes on that side of the family. When are you, Blair, in London planning your world takeover? Stat. Trans people are dumb. I agree. Good thing I'm not trans. I'm just a cis girl pretending to be trans for clout. I need to do my makeup like this more often. I need to do this kind of look more often. I wish Kim Possible was from the 80s, because then I just sleep in it and wear into that Halloween party I'm going to tomorrow. Is sex better after SRS? Absolutely. Pre-op is overrated. Apparently, there was a study that said there will be no more redheads in America in 20 years. I asked my grandma about that once when I was a kid, and she said they've been saying the same thing since she was a kid in the 1950s. So it's just like if you were ever a kid and you heard, oh, people are saying that at the rate of fashion, people are going to be naked in 30 years. They've been saying that since like the 30s. The 80s was the beginning of counterculture, you dimwit. I disagree. I'd say like the 50s were the beginning of youth culture, and youth culture being also counterculture. And that it peaked in the 60s. Pre-ops have a much higher pay grade in porn, though. Yeah. I can imagine London being happy with public nudism. What? Okay. I don't get it. I can't think of a single trans woman who would be comfortable with being naked in public. I would. I'm like naked all the time, but I feel like Ella is one of those girls you could see JFK having a fling with. No, I would have a fling with JFK, not the other way around. Don't get it twisted. Didn't London mention many times being naked? Maybe. That does sound like something she would say. So Quebec's the worst, right? I actually quite liked Quebec. Oh, no, I keep telling you that you are Office Christmas Party from 1990 and you're not married and you don't have children. No, I'm like the alt-right's ideal. I'm unspoiled and under 30 and white. Just kidding. I'm pretty spoiled. Not like spoiled rotten, but I have been deflowered many times. And they wouldn't like that too much. I think the wine is having an effect on you. It's also 7:30 p.m. and I'm tired. It's not kind of teeth gray though. My teeth look like a pack of Canadian cigarettes with like the health warning. Maybe I might even have like a pack of cigarettes in here somewhere. Thoughts on Toronto? I can't stand Toronto. That's not true. It's cool if you're there for like an afternoon, but it's just traffic and apartment buildings and streetcars. I don't mind Toronto in theory, but I feel like I was there for 4 hours once, and that was enough for me. I would like to go there, but I would hate living there. Considering moving to New Brunswick for a few years. If you're concerned about the job market in Calgary, you should be especially concerned about the job market in New Brunswick. New Brunswick's the only New Brunswick is losing people. It's just bleeding population. And with that, there's going to be less jobs long term. Calgary's more boom bust. So I would go with Calgary. In my expert opinion, it's better connected. It's a bigger city. Got more amenities. Whereas the only thing that New Brunswick has going for it is a highway to Nova Scotia and a bridge to Prince Edward Island. The only things to do in New Brunswick are leave. Is phantom dick syndrome a thing? It is a thing, but I didn't have it. Can you explain why girls hate the word moist, but guys don't mind the word hard? I think moist is just a weird amalgamation of syllables. And there's like too many consonants. Yeah, Calgary may be shit, but New Brunswick is way worse. Do you recommend Canada as an exchange student destination over the US? Hell yeah. If you're not paying for rent here, go to Vancouver. Montreal. I love Montreal. How's your healing process going? Done. Thoughts on Brittany Venti? Wow, I haven't heard that name in a long time. She's I don't like her. She came from one of my friends, Shu. And we don't stand Brittany Venti in this house. Boop. A natural weather event occurred and I'm annoyed. I am very annoyed. It's not even Halloween. It's not even Halloween and it's blizzarding. Do you smoke weed? Yes, I do. Thoughts on Hunter Avallone? See, from everyone I know who's met him, I've heard he's actually really cool. A lot of his videos kind of come off as like, or a lot of his opinions kind of come off as outdated, but he's really young. I've heard he's really hip. He's really like, he's hip. He's rad. That was like so deep. My voice never went that deep naturally. But I've heard he's actually a really cool guy once you get to know him. I'm bowing out. Good night, Ella. Good night, Koto Kiminama. I butchered that. I know I look like Makanamic right now. Makan. I'm coughing up a hairball. You're still going. I could go for hours, honey. You're my favorite ginger. Love from Spain. I love you too, Spain, Eric. Did they move Halloween to November 1st there too? Thanks for the super chat. Also, what? You a dumbass bitch, lol. Lol. I have one word for you, Bart Murda. LOL. I wish it snowed here in Houston. No, Houston, you guys already have like deathly humidity to put up with. You don't need snow. Should I smoke when I'm 14? Hell no. Who are you, Ella Grant? Like, have you been to Disney World? No, but I've been to Disneyland. How often should one do ecstasy? I wouldn't know. I've never done ecstasy. But everyone I've ever met who does ecstasy is batshit insane. So, do you sing? Only when I'm drunk and or alone. But there's a lot of overlap there. Is Ella doing the sitcom version of getting better looking as each season goes on, or is it just me? Oh, yeah, definitely. No, I've glowed up like a fuck ton since surgery. Houston and Edmonton should trade, definitely. Sorry, I'm like still reading the chat here. Do you watch anime? Anime? Anime. Anime. I was going to say enemy. I had a joke coming on with enemy in it, and it stayed on my tongue. Do you watch anime? I'm not opposed to anime, but it's not really my cup of tea. I've been binge watching Stranger Things, though, and the Baroness von Scott show on Netflix. You're right. Wet is much more pleasant than moist. Right? Ella, I suspect you listen to a lot of synthwave. Can you confirm any favorites? I don't listen to a lot of synthwave, but I have a horde of royalty-free music that I've downloaded from the YouTube audio library, sorted into genres as albums in iTunes. I probably have like 400 songs in there. And it's just a horde of songs that I have like in reserves for videos. And there is a lot of 80s stuff in there. Most of the music I listen to is 80s, but I wouldn't say like synthwave. Lots of like Duran Duran and shit. Madonna is a perennial favorite. Grace Jones is a skinny. We stand. I've done ecstasy. Am I crazy? I don't know. Are you? Thoughts on Billie Eilish? I like her. I don't have any of her music, but I like her. And even if I don't like her, I like the idea of her. We stand. Wings or ribs? Ribs. Butt length hair extension? No. Then you're going to look like Eden the doll, darling, and it's... Why do I think you do nofap? I don't need to. I'm a conventionally attractive white teenage girl with long legs and a nice ass. I don't even need to do that shit. Like, any 80s guitar heroes? Your intro? What? Hello, guys. Can someone contact me for doing some sexual things? What? This isn't that kind of live stream, honey. Do you like Eurythmics? Hell yeah. Oh, you are into... I don't know. I like Kiss a lot. How many ways have you snatched in the past week? 69. Would you consider Blair White a friend? Yeah. Yeah, she's cool. How long is the stream? I'm probably gonna call it quits in like within the next half hour. Is Very Nice IRL? I don't know. We've never talked. What's oob backwards? Propofol. Of course. Everyone knows that. Favorite video you've made? Oh my god. Fuck. That's tricky. Either the trans dating nightmare or the part 2 to the surgery videos. So the one that was set in the 60s, not like the black and white one. Although honorable mention to Therameyer. I don't know what this is about, but hey, I don't know what this is about either. If a dog barks at a loudness of 60 decibels, how much is the mass of a sun? 9/11. Are Theron and Blair still friends? I don't think so. Not to my knowledge. I don't think they hate each other. And they met last year at MythCon, I believe. They're good. They're cool. Did you ever go back to the queer prom after you wore the MAG hat? No, I can't, because you can only go till you're 18, I think. What's your favorite strain? Casablanca. Do you guys hear that? It's like me, 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 me. Did you hear that? In the land of gods and monsters, I was an angel. I was never an angel, honey. In the land of gods and monsters, I was lust. What is that?
Oh, it's just me checking a circuit.
Oh, you're here? Hey.
No, I'm not here.
He's checking a circuit. What is the most underrated trans channel on YouTube in your opinion? Duh! Who's that? My mom's boyfriend. How did Natalie respond when Blair defended her? I don't know. We haven't talked about it. And I didn't see it. Does it bother you that Natalie dislikes Blair? No. Lots of people dislike Blair. Lots of people dislike Natalie. Lots of people dislike them both because they hate trans people and they're crazy TERFs. I don't really care. We stan Olive Gardens in this house. Abby Parmley is dope. Although I think she should do some more like drag stuff on YouTube because she's so talented. If she does videos about drag as a trans woman working in Chicago, she could be the next big thing. She's getting surgery though, so I understand how busy she is. She's just wicked talented. She's a fantastic dancer. Do you like Kate Bush or After the Fire? I like Kate Bush. Babushka, despite the mispronunciation, is a fantastic song. Never heard of After the Fire though. What are your thoughts on Florida? Humidity, mosquitoes, alligators, and fat old people driving electric wheelchairs on the freeway because they think they're cars on the way to Walmart. Also guns. That's like, as a Canadian, that's like our notion of Florida. Also pretty applicable to Texas. But having been to Texas, I can confirm that is accurate. Do you own a car? I don't even have my driver's license. Olive is amazing. I'll check her out right now. I just misspelled it. Oh, fuck. Okay. Olive Garden. I totally just fucked it up again. Is this her? Does she do like a bunch of... Oh, no. That's Olive spelled normally. I need some spelling help. I don't know what's happening. Oh, Nihilistic Nachos is a skinny. We stand. Are you gonna collab with Olive? I never heard of her till today. Olive Gardens. Okay, I've been looking up Olive Garden. No, not Olive Garden X. Not Gargans. Gardens. Oh, there she is. Oh, she's really pretty. Yeah, I'll check her out later. What is suggestion to small YouTubers? I'd say honestly, like Hyatt's Maya and Abby Parmley and Nihilistic Nachos are like, also Emmy Hucker. Those first three are trans channels, but Emmy Hucker is just wicked talented. She's like 18. Thoughts on guns? I need my monetization, so I'm going to pretend I didn't just say that out loud. What is suggestion to small YouTubers, though? Honestly, invest in a good mic or use your phone. You don't mind Contra and Blair disliking each other, but Brittany can't dislike Shu. When did I say that? Brittany can dislike Shu all she wants. I just don't like Brittany. I never said Brittany can't dislike Shu. Can y'all back me up here? Am I making things up? No, didn't think so. Are you enjoying the yoga pants fad? Hell yeah. You said you disliked her for that reason. I dislike her because she personally came for one of my friends. And that's a perfectly valid reason to not like someone. However, Natalie coming for Blair under the guise of like commentating on her politics and her philosophy and her morals is different. Also, Blair's never attacked me. Am I making sense to anyone in this chat? Am I? I'm getting confused. I'm confusing myself. Are you going to collab with Calvin Guerra? I'd love to collab with Calvin Guerra. I think Brittany likes drama. And she likes boobs. But that's all that really comes to mind when I think of her. We're not friends. That's the difference. Is I'm friends with both Natalie and Blair, but I'm not friends with Brittany. For the express reason that she came for Shu while I was friends with Shu. But if I'm friends with both Natalie and Blair, and they both come for each other constantly, am I supposed to like constantly switch sides or something? Or am I just supposed to like stay out of it? Asking for a friend. You going out for Halloween? Yeah, I am. I'm going to my friend Julia's Halloween party tomorrow. Does Blair still dislike Natalie? I think Blair respects Natalie as a professional and as a YouTuber and as a creative person. I don't think she obviously holds Natalie in very high esteem politically. But there's a certain level, like, I don't agree with Natalie on a lot of things, and I also don't agree with Blair on a lot of things, but that doesn't mean I don't like them. This hurts my brain. My brain's hurting too, but I think that's just my weave. But I thought you were meddling Pesh. I can kind of see it right now with like the long hair, but ordinarily I wouldn't see it. I'm going to go ahead and assume that Lust is your favorite of all the 9 circles of hell. I wouldn't consider it a favorite, but it just seems to suit me. You're the only trans I would ride. Thanks, past the yikes. Emmy Hucker. Hey! I definitely just watched from the sideline Frog Tea. We stand. I love you, Emmy. Have you ever done acid? Yes, I have. 2015 was a mess, people. Sorry for being whack, Ella. It's fine. It's fine. Any updates on your dating life since your trans dating nightmare video? Nope, it is still a soap opera. I'm just, okay, you know what? Let's think about men. Let's just take a moment to appreciate all the men of my life. I'm just thinking about all the guys I've dated. I'm just going to go like in order here. One was Italian and in the army and dumped me because his roommate didn't like that I was trans and threatened to expose him to their military coworkers. Another one cheated on his girlfriend with me and then tried to do it again. She has no idea. Another one I would consider charging with attempted rape. Another one ditched me because he couldn't get me pregnant and also had a very particular aversion to condoms. Sebastian, what's good? Like, what's another one? There was a guy who straight up moved to Vancouver on me. I've had 2 guys in open relationships, which that's any girl who's watching this, that's a damn lie. If he says he's in an open relationship and they just decide to be exclusive, that's bullshit. His girlfriend had no idea he was seeing other people and he just kind of came to his senses. That's happened twice. I think you do acid and then pick your boyfriends. Me too, apparently. Honestly. What's another one? Those are like the really bad ones. Everybody else is just kind of generally a shithead. Are you a Slytherin? No, but lots of guys have slithered in. I'm terrible. He tried coming for everyone in high school. Maddie, different Sebastian. Although I can concede that Sebastian was an asshole. I would like to fill out a boyfriend application. Thank you, Moderator Marcy. Actually, it was funny because I didn't want to say this guy's real name, so I'm thinking of all the asshole fuckboys I know. And then Sebastian just so happened to be the asshole fuckboy of my high school. Illuminati. Also, shout out to you, Maddie, for moving to Houston. When are you coming back? I miss you. Are you getting any sex? Sure. This summer, maybe. Yes. Okay. I'm moving to Vancouver in like July. So if you can come out in like May or June, let me know. You can stay with me. We have a guest bedroom. We have a guest bedroom and lots of goldfish crackers. Just checking in, Ella. I was able to get a great interview for a school internship. Congratulations. Who's Joe? I don't know who Joe is. Do you like techno raves? I've never been to a rave. Have you experienced white nights? Yes. I bet some people fap to this video. I'm going to call the stream. I'm going to call it a night pretty soon here because I got to get ready to go back out. You fucked up by asking about Joe. I know lots of Joes. I know lots of Johns. I have lots of Johns. Will there be a Calgary meetup again? If I'm ever just in Calgary for a vacation, maybe. But it's like a lot of work. If I'm going to take the bus down to Calgary, do all my hair and makeup before I leave, it's like 4 hours and I got to do blah, blah, blah. So if I'm already in Calgary for whatever reason, absolutely. Cats or dogs? Dogs. Cats are evil. Come to Ontario sometime. Hell yeah. I am going to call the stream, though, pretty soon. So if anybody has anything to say, Now's the time to say it. I love your hair, Ella. Don't change the color ever. Thank you. I was blonde briefly in June and July. I actually really liked me as a blonde. I wish I'd gone blonder because I've always wanted to try just being like platinum blonde. But my hair is naturally in person. My hair color changes a lot on camera depending on the lighting. It's very much like a new penny color. I don't know if that's like an understandable analogy for most people. But it's very much like the color of a new penny. Makeup inspirations. Maid Kanamic and Sharon Tate. I can your number or Instagram account, maybe your Snapchat. You can try sliding in my DMs, but I'm not giving you any guarantees, young man. Epstein had help killing himself. Oh. I had no idea that the Clintons helped him with his suicide. Honest. Did you missed Michael Jackson? What? Okay. Did you have any thoughts of cutting your hair short? My hair's never been very long. So I do not want it to be short anymore. It's just not growing. Or favorite purse or purse brand. I don't know. I'm not a big purse girl. It's got to be big enough to fit a laptop. And it like, I'll show you the purse I got right now. Oh, I just heard all my vertebrae crack. Ugh. Oh shit. Okay. This is what I got right now. And it's big enough. This strap isn't the original one. The original one broke because I had like 5 bottles of wine in it and it just snapped. This was last winter, of course. But yeah, it's a good purse. I bought this before I went to VidCon last year. Okay, I'll try to DM you. Please don't. On a scale of 1 to 420, how do you like the questions? Sure. How am I supposed to respond to that? Eh? Do you listen to Mr. Tramatic? I've never heard of that, but it sounds like a brand of chocolate bar or breakfast cereal. What would be the equivalent of the snip on Transman? The flip. Does your purse fit your jar of pickled testicles in it? Yes. Just all the pickled testicles I've acquired over the years. Just see one on the ground, pick it up and put it in my jar. If you could be a vampire, would you? Just curious. I mean, I'm a redhead, so I'm basically a vampire already. Have you seen Rain Man? No. I'm loving this 80s Ella. Thank you. Me too. I'm like, see, I love black and white stuff and I love black and white aesthetics, but I am so bored of always playing Housewives. I'm like Julianne Moore. All I do is play Housewives. Do you watch Mr. Medicare? Fuck no. Who's that other all right guy? The really young, kind of hot one with, I don't want to say bad teeth, but I remember something about his teeth. He's friends with like, not Brittany Pettibone. Who's the one brunette alt-right chick? James Alsop, yes. I used to love him in Mr. Medicare when I was like 17. And then I kind of was like, what am I watching? What is happening? This isn't content. This is propaganda. No, not Rage After Storm. It was like, I feel like her name was like Nancy or something. No, but she was in a video with James Alsop, brunette, like very dark hair, pale complexion, red lipstick. Tara McCarthy. Yes, Tara McCarthy. That's the last time I remember watching James Alsop was in a video with Tara McCarthy. Have you ever had a guy mysteriously die in a car crash or have a heart attack when they wronged you out of a date like a 40s housewife? No, but I've had a few mysteriously die of strychnine poisoning. How tragic. Like, Theron Meyer. No. Theron Meyer wouldn't be caught dead with James Alsop. Lauren Southern's sister is hotter. Did you know Lauren Southern's like 22 or 23 or something? Or wait, how old is she? I know she's younger than I thought she was. Oh, she's 24. I feel so old. When I started YouTube, she was 21. I don't know how to feel about that. I can feel old. Excuse you. Is filmmaking still your goal in life? Hell yeah. I love you, Kuri Natsuki. Kuri Natsuki. But that sounds vaguely pornographic. That sounds like a Indian chef themed pornographic picture. Rated C for curry. Wait, what? Where did I get curry? That's like super Japanesey. This sounds so racist, but I'm really just trying to make heads or tails of this sentence. She's a quarter Indian. Tara McCarthy. Oh. The irony. Tips on getting life together. Get your dick cut off. Shit, help me out. And hello, I live close to you. Hi. Ella, will you take over Lily Singh's late night show when she gets fired? I hope so. Seen Dave Chappelle's special? No. Pornographic pictures rated C for curry. I'm going to tweet that with no context. If you like this tweet and retweet it, you're a real one. I'm going to tweet it right now. Okay, where's Twitter? Hello, Huda Beauty. Okay, if you guys go to my Twitter right now and like that tweet, you're a real one. We stand. Tips on staying alive. I don't know how to help you. Smoke a lot, don't eat any solid food, and drink wine on an empty stomach. Like, okay, I do need to call this stream and call it a night, you guys, because I need to go eat some spaghetti. Because I need some carbs in my system, because if I don't get any carbs in my system, I will explode. When is your North Europe meet and greet? As soon as I can afford to fly out there, or my sugar daddy can afford to fly me out there. Okay. She needs nudes. No, I don't. You sound like London. She says nudes with two O's like that. Okay. I'm going to see you guys around. And good afternoon, good evening, and good night, I think.